YouTube at this moment. It's preparing to live stream the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And there we are. Good afternoon, everybody. We are going to be giving a little bit of time so many of you can be with us in this live. So take your time to organize your seat. In the meantime, I am also going to post our link for those of you who are still waiting for the direct link.
And I can sing for everyone while we wait.
Please.
I'm not a very good singer, but it's from the heart. And that's what's so important during these times, okay? So let's do, you are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make my dark skies go bright. See, I can't remember the words, but you guys all can sing along at home and just know that no matter what dark skies are out there, you can keep singing. Or silence and go internal is perfect too.
Thank you so much to each of you who are here with us. Thank you also to Paula to be in this beautiful space that we are creating. When we decided to call this talk show Woman Heal the World, we are inviting each of us to see how the feminine energy can help to heal the world. It's not only because we are women or not that we can be part of this talk show. The idea of this talk show is how the feminine energy, as I was saying, is going to embrace all of us to be again part of this compassionate world that we are trying to create. And in this talk show today, we have Paula Thetford, who I will just give a little space for you to introduce yourself, and then we keep going on with our beautiful conversation.
Oh, thank you, Juliana. I love your beautiful heart, and I'm so glad and pleased to be here to connect with everyone today. My name is Paula Thetford Obed, and I'm human and I'm a woman, but we all have heart, and that's what's so needed at this time. And the way I share my heart in the world currently is I'm an intuitive life coach and business coach and a hypnotherapist. I love to help people move through fear or trauma or whatever's happened in their life, not right now, but move forward to the life they deserve with grace and ease.
Thank you so much, Paula, again for being here. And we are talking about intuition. And in this talk show, we say, okay, we are going to talk about how the feminine energy, how women can help to heal the world. But what is that intuition meaning?
Well, to me, intuition is an internal guidance system, like a GPS of a car. It can always reroute as we go places. Well, the same thing in our life when we find that calmness inside and we learn how to trust our thoughts that come in or even our body, because we all have it. Some of us don't believe we have it, but it shows up in the five senses. And sometimes you get that gut feeling, or you get a headache when you think of something. Well, maybe your body's trying to tell you not to go down that path. And I think intuition is just your internal guidance, helping you guide you to the best life that you can have.
Many people during my meditation sessions, they ask, how can you develop intuition? And you are also talking about how intuition can be represented in a bodily sensation, or maybe you get goosebumps,
Yeah.
or maybe tears start coming. And I always say to people that it's very, very important that not every single thing that you feel, it's a real deep meaning or an answer to what is happening, because we need to have discernment. Sometimes our mind is very confused, and we are bringing our thoughts, our fears to what we think is intuition. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's very, very difficult to create that difference, knowing what is real intuition and what is something that is coming out of
Yeah.
fear. So, as an intuitive coach, what would you like to share to people about this?
Okay, that's a very good question. And it took me years to kind of trust my intuition, because I think that's the biggest stumbling block in learning how to trust yourself, is to really trust, to know those divine thoughts that are coming to you are the right paths, the right decisions, the guidance for you. I'm an engineer. I have a degree in electrical engineering and physics. And so I had an engineering company. So I'm very analytical and in my head. So I would spend a lot of time um, in my head. And it wasn't until my mid 40s I started to take like a mind, body, and spirit class and trying to learn about intuition. And I didn't trust it. I'm 56 now. And so it's been like a 10-year journey, and probably the last 2 or 3 years where I've really tried to trust it. And the main way that I started to trust my intuition is by going down those wrong paths, getting excited about something. Sometimes we think synchronicities come in our life. We get so excited, we just go full force. And then you're like, whoa, and something happens, and then we don't trust ourselves. Well, it took all of that to learn to take a pause, and just with any decision we have in our life, take a pause, breathe into it, and kind of just slow down a little bit. So it takes time to build intuition. And what I tell people also is there's 5 types of intuition, and they go with the senses. So some people are clairvoyant, where it's like they movie show crystal ball and they see things. Others are clairaudient, which they hear things, and then others, people are empathic. They just feel it. You walk in a room, you can feel the tension, or maybe like someone's had a fight or something. So, but what I tell people is, once you find what your your strength is, like your superpower for intuition, just kind of always validate it. And when you see something that you feel is the right direction, kind of pat yourself on the back. And when you start to trust it more, it'll get stronger and stronger for you. And also some of the other ones will come. My main one is I'm claircognate, which means you have a sense of knowing. I just know things, and I don't know how, and I didn't trust it. And I would beat myself up thinking that, oh, Paula, you're just in your head. That's a nice person. They're, whatever the story was. But the truth was, I did know. And then later I can hear words. I am clairvoyant at a certain level, especially in the early mornings. All of us have it. And I think a lot of us have had dreams that we say, oh, they've come true. Well, that's a type of clairvoyance and messages. And the truth is just to trust yourself and to slow down. And that's why meditation, like you teach, Juliana, is so important to get in tune with your own body and disconnect from the rest of the world. So it's a beautiful gift you're sharing with the world.
Thank you so much, Paula. And when I hear you talking, it many things come up also to me. And in the Tibetan tradition, where I am mainly educated, if we can say this word, I don't think there is something like that word to use, but my teachers always used to say, secret is sacred.
Mm,
And this is something that is very, very special, especially during these times.
yeah,
It's good to trust our intuition. It's good to share to the people that are close to us or
mm,
people that are very open to listen information.
mm,
But when people have this type of gifts, we also need to take care of them. We cannot just open the door and start saying to everybody, oh, I see
mm,
this on you or
yeah,
this on that. Because part of helping others means also being very aware that the person in front of you is probably not ready to receive the
right.
information
I
that
agree.
you are having. So
Hmm.
for this realm of intuition is not only about how I learn to listen to myself, but how do I learn to speak out what
Oh,
I feel?
mhm.
Because always we need to remember that we live in a world of people.
Yes.
So I would like to know, like, what are your thoughts on this
Mhm.
realm, if we can say like this? And in LA, especially, we have many people who love to be intuitive people or talk about crystals or talk about what they feel. And
Yeah.
this is something that sometimes seems like it's everywhere. It's like a coffee shop.
I totally agree with you. And I feel, and I know where you're coming from exactly, because when I first started getting these gifts, I wanted to and tell everyone and help. But what happens when you do that also, let me first talk about what happens to you and then talk about the individual that's in front of you. So what happens is when you start to do that, you're running your energy. If you're wide open to everything coming in to do stuff, you drain yourself. So it's like you draining your batteries. But the thing is, it's okay to help people when you have a heart because a lot of intuitives, a lot of people in the world, we're just healers by natural selection. We select to have this kind of life on the healing path. But what happens is there's a higher belief that I have. And the higher belief is that every experience that comes in your awareness is for your highest good. And it's also for that other person's highest good. So when you rob them of something, of an experience, you're robbing them from this journey called life to have the right experiences to get them to something they're happier. A lot of people think they're rescuing people or helping them by just shouting off and, intuitive stuff. I sometimes I'll get a message with a stranger and it'll be like, for example, I was at a gym once and it was just me and a lady vacuuming. And I started to hear like, I started to feel there was an old man there and that it was a day of celebration and he wanted me to tell her that it's okay. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know her, what she's gonna think. But it just kept coming so strong. And it wasn't someone I was interacting with, but I said, hey, hello, my name's Paula. And I said, I don't know if you believe in intuition or something, and I have a message. And I asked for permission first. Some people don't believe in this, right? So they don't want to hear. So she said, yes, yes, please share. And I said, well, I told exactly what I said. And she started to cry because she said when she was vacuuming, she was thinking about her grandfather who died 2 weeks before, and it was his birthday that day. and she was wondering how he was. And so the celebration, a meal, all of that just brought her comfort. Now, I just stopped when it came very strong. But typically in my coaching practice, I'm a hypnotherapist. So what I try to work with people is to see, I consider myself a law of attraction expert, where I can see energy patterns and let them see them. That's the most powerful way, by through inquiry, asking questions, and then putting it into hypnosis to help them. But sometimes I, I think that we rob people, because if they need to be in it, in a situation longer, if you told them, for example, I have a lot of girlfriends who are looking for love, and some of them may want to know, and I know they're going into a relationship that may not work out, or it may, but the truth is, who's to say that's the wrong relationship for them? They're wanting marriage, and maybe you don't see marriage, but them being in that vibration with someone who loves them, and who maybe doesn't love them but makes them feel loved and makes them feel good about themselves, raises their vibration, so something else comes in. So I do not believe in telling people certain information, because they have to have that experience, because life is a journey of experiences, and sometimes some experiences are so devastating that what ends up happening is, that's the moment that we crouch low to jump high like a tiger. And sometimes at these moments that we think we're going to break open are the biggest transformational times of our life. So who am I to rob someone of that experience? So intuition is not a thing to toy with. It's for our internal benefit and to help guide us in our life. And yes, there's a lot of intuitive people in the world, but we can't rob people of their experiences, because everything is for someone's highest good.
Thank you so much, Paula, because when you were talking like that, is kind of that sensation of the feminine energy that can heal the world. And is
Yeah.
that loving energy, is that compassionate energy that we can bring to the world. It doesn't mean that because we know something about the other person that we can go ahead and disrupt the life of this person. Is how we start dancing with what we see to help the other person, because people forget that a relationship is between two.
Right.
A relationship is not only about what we hear inside ourselves, what we say to ourselves. It's about how everything that we do or say has a vibration, and this vibration is going to the other person. And many times we know that the words that we speak out, probably the person may not remember, but the emotion that we use when we were speaking is going to be stored in the person, in the memory of the person forever. So
Yes.
when we are talking about healing, we need to also see beyond the words.
Yes.
Because if we are speaking from fear, if we are speaking from anger, if we are speaking from a confused mind, that's what we are sending to the people.
I agree with you. And another guiding principle of my life is that judgment is causes a lot of division in humanity groups, between races, between religions in the US, our political parties, our countries. But when we tell someone that an experience for them is wrong, we're actually judging it. And we can't judge anything as right or wrong. I think we're trying to move this feminine energy coming into the world right now. especially during this quantum shift that we're experiencing during this pandemic, it's really perfect because this energy of feminine doesn't judge anything. It's nurturing and unconditional love at every time. So who are we to sit here and talk to a friend, as an intuitive or not, and tell them that their experiences are wrong? We see them through the lens of ours, but when we see them through the lens of compassion, we just, we don't want to put them in a place to judge themselves, that when they come to you, that the words you're going to say are going to make them feel worse. You want your words to be uplifting and loving. It doesn't mean that you're not a truth teller or you have boundaries and all of that, but you want to come from a heart of compassion and love, because that's the feminine energy that the world needs now. And like you pointed out lovely at the beginning, it's not just for women. It's for our children, our young, our old, but we're done with the masculine energy that creates wars, famine, all the stuff that I don't like in the world, but that's judging that even in itself. Because I know if we didn't see that side, then we wouldn't know where we want to go and what we want to create as a collective. So you're so right. It's so beautiful.
And talking about that, I want to propose to all of us a short meditation. And after we do this meditation, if anybody wants to share with us in the chat, either at this moment that we are going to be live or later on, you can put your comments down below. Paula and I will be always taking care of them. This is the talk show of everybody. So don't leave us talking alone. We also need interaction
Yes.
with you. But let's go ahead and do a short guided meditation. For this meditation, for those of you who are new to the talk show today, the only thing that we need to do is to sit comfortable wherever we are. If you want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. If you prefer to keep your eyes open, please go ahead and keep your eyes open. And we are going to see that inside our heart there is a shimmering light, is vibrating very clear. And this light has a quality. This light feels a very loving light. And we are going to breathe in to this light in our heart. We connect to this loving energy, and we exhale, spreading this light of love in all our body. And immediately you feel that every single cell inside of you is full of this vibrating and loving light. And you can breathe in one more time to your heart. Keep feel the connection to this loving light and exhale, spreading it around the place where you are. And feel this loving energy being received by you and by the place around you. And slowly you can start feeling your fingers. Stretch your body a little bit. And if you had your eyes closed, you can slowly open your eyes. And we are here in the chat for you. We have Rachel Mendez sending us the emoji of the prayer hands.
We love you, Rachel.
We have Cher saying, love you, Paula, with a lot of hearts.
Love you all. I send everyone a big energetic hug to the world.
Yes. Thank you, Chair, as well to you. Chair is saying thank you for your meditation.
Yes.
Rachel is saying love you. And thank you to each of you who had taken the time to be here. Rachel says, this was beautiful. Thank you, ladies. And before we close this talk show today, I would like to ask to Paula to give us a little prayer or a sentence or a word, something that you want to offer to this space to be close as a blessing today and to meet you all in the next show.
Oh, thank you, Juliana. And again, thank you for the beautiful meditation. And I think you are such an example that a meditation can be short to calm our nervous system and to be present in the now. You don't have to have a lot of time. And I think that's very important for people to know. And I would like to know everyone who listens that Juliana's channel also has Spanish interviews and meditations. So please pass the word to your friends and family members that would like to connect with her in the Spanish domain, because we're all connected in this together. And I think I would like to, with everything going on and compassion, with love in the world is so needed right now. And we have Kuan Yin, who's about passion, right here beyond me. But I would like to remind everyone, no matter where you are on your spiritual practice, your journey in life, or how happy you are some days, or so cheerful. Everyone calls me positive Paula and thinks it's easy to be happy, but it's easy to be kind and compassionate. And to me, kindness is the language of love. So whatever you do, offer a smile, offer a hello. Even if you have a mask on, they can see your eyes and shining bright. So just, remember this, the mantra that I would send to you is kindness is love in action. So please be kind if you can do anything. Thank you, and I love you all.
Thank you so much, Paula. We have also here lychee star fruit saying many thanks for the love and light. Thank you so much. Alexandra Soto says, love to you, beautiful woman. Your energy of love is smiling with all our atoms. Thank you, so kind, Paula.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. See you all in the next show. Lychee saying for those of us who would like to increase our intuition, what will be the best practice to do so?
Um, I think, like I said, it's to trust yourself. Know everyone is. Maybe go search something out on YouTube. Maybe there's some little classes. I don't have them, unfortunately. And there's some books. But maybe find someone that resonates. But trust your intuition. If you get on a channel somewhere and they don't resonate with you, to go find somewhere else. But because it's just like with meditation, you may not resonate with people in the past. You may resonate with Juliana. There's many things. There's no right or wrong in life, but I think just go Google some articles on the different types of intuition. I think that might be a beautiful way to start, because when you read those kinds of articles, maybe it'll resonate with you what is your type, and just build on that. But the best thing is, whatever, I would say this is in tune with self-love also. A lot of us get in our heads and we doubt ourselves. But I want you to love yourself and know that what you're thinking is right for you. And so not to judge it, because sometimes it's your intuition. And a lot of times we start to second guess it. So just trust yourself and love yourself. That's where it starts.
And also always take a time to be kind to your silence.
Yeah.
We are sometimes scared to have a quiet mind, and we want to be too much busy with the thoughts. So take a time as well to be married with the silence inside of you. I always like to talk about the perfect couple, and the perfect couple comes from within ourselves.
Yes, yes.
So be in love with your silence, but not with that silence that is full of noise, with that silence that allows you to be present to the life, to your friends, to yourself, to the challenge that you are passing through, to the joy that you are passing through, to anything.
Perfect.
So thank you so much to each of you for coming here. Thank you for each of you who are going to watch the replay. And remember to put your comments down below in the video as well. Subscribe to the channel so we keep building up this space for many more people to benefit.
Yes,
And
yes.
follow Paula as well.
I love you all. Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you.